Hey there, everybody. It's your girl Barbie J here, and I am about to do my first movie review off screen. I have never done a movie review off screen, and I haven't done one in over a year, period. So, this is going to be new for me, and honestly, the only reason I'm doing it is because my son was like, "You going to watch that movie MEA CULPA, Mom, by Tyler Perry?" And I'm like, when does it come out? He's like, Friday. It was Friday when he told me. So I'm like, okay. And then when I decided to watch it, I started trying to watch it on Saturday, but I couldn't get my Netflix working. Come to find out my child changed the password. So I get on there and I watched maybe 30 minutes. I couldn't even sit still. I had to get up and leave, walk out, run around, do this, do that. I just was like, it just wasn't grabbing me because I guess the beginning was slow. The other reason I wasn't thinking about doing it when I started reading some of the reviews and looking at the gradings, and you see on IMDb, it was given like 4.3 stars out of 10. I was like, oh my goodness. Maybe Tyler Perry should stick with all of those comedies, those silly comedies and things that he does, because people are not feeling him. I'm not sure any of his Netflix movies got good reviews. I mean, if I'm wrong, y'all could put it down in the comment section. But the tagline for this movie was, what is it? Everyone's guilty of something. And I'm like, ooh, you damn right we are. And when you read up on it, is it mea culpa? Tyler Perry's mea culpa is murder, manipulation, seduction. Everyone's hiding dangerous secrets, and Tyler Perry's erotic thriller about defense lawyer drawn to her magnetic client. I didn't find him to be very magnetic. Maybe y'all did. I know I didn't. And so the synopsis basically reads, a criminal defense attorney must choose between family duty and her own dangerous desires when she takes on a case of an artist accused of murder. I'm going to have to take a break right now because I'm not going to sit here and give y'all a breakdown review. And I'm going to say spoiler alert. Let me just say this review could be a spoiler alert, even though everybody's probably seen it by now. Everybody out there has done a review, so I'm just going to throw that out there. But basically, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to speak on everything that didn't make a damn bit of sense. What was the purpose of this one? What was the purpose of that? What are they? I'm like, I'm going to go that route and pick apart these scenes so y'all could all jump in and tell me what y'all thought about these scenes. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you the one good thing that I'm definitely liking before I get into all the actors, because I'm going to talk about all the actors and what they're known for with shows. But the fact that Tyler Perry recycles or reuses his actors for these different projects, I love him for that. I'm sorry, I love him for that. There had to be at least 5 people in that show that I've seen in other movies. It had to be. I'm telling you. So I'm basically going to list the movies of theirs or the TV shows they've been in that I know I've seen them in. I'm not going to be listing their whole resume. I'm not doing that. So hold on, let me get my list. So first, let's start with Kelly Rowland. We, as Mia Harper, we all know that she's a singer, used to be part of the group Destiny's Child, and she has been in a few movies and TV shows. She was in Freddy versus Jason, The Seat Filler, and on TV, I saw her in Kingdom Business and The Equalizer, and those were all in 2023. I saw that. Now, as far as acting goes, I feel that Kelly Rowland has grown with her acting skills. The more gigs she get acting in shows, the better she has gotten. Um, some parts she wasn't that great at, but I feel overall She did so much better than what we've seen her when she was in that, was it Freddy versus Jason or whatever else it was. But she has gotten so much better. And so I'm going to give her kudos for that, for growing and learning. And, you get stronger when you learn. You're not always that great at the beginning. But this is like her third or fourth movie she's in. So, that helps. And then the little bit of TV shows she did. So I'm giving her kudos for this. I don't think she was that bad. Then we have Trevante Rhodes as Zaire. Everybody knows he's been in Moonlight. I saw that. And the United States versus Billie Holiday. I think that might have been my last, oh wow, that was a while ago. That might have been the last on screen movie review I did. That's right. And then he was also played a character in Tyler Perry's If Loving You Is Wrong. As far as Trevante, it seemed like he should have been better. I don't know. I thought after seeing him in Moonlight, he was a stronger actor, but his character just seemed so nonchalant and flat, and I didn't see anything intriguing and wanting. I don't know what they saw, but I don't see anything in him. He have a nice body and physique and all of that, but his behavior wasn't drawing me to him the way he was acting towards her and being kind of aggressive, like, put my number in your phone, give me your phone, put draw to this, do this. I didn't feel all of that. Then we have Sean Sagar, or is it Sagar? Sagar, as Cal Hawthorne. And Sean, I know him from Sisters as Jordan. That's who he played in Sisters. We have Nick Sagar, Ray Hawthorne. He was in the Have and Have Nots as Charles Frederickson or something like that. So, and if you haven't noticed, Sean Sagar, Nick Sagar, they are brothers in real life, which is really cool. That's why it made it easy for them to play that scene together, them mama boys. I wonder if they mama boys in real life, because, ooh, that cow was a bit too much for me. I'm telling you, honey. So, Sean is so Trevante Rhodes as Zaire is the client. He's the artist who is being accused of murder. Mia is the defense attorney. Okay? And then Cal Hawthorne is Mia's husband. Ray Hawthorne is Mia's brother-in-law, which is Cal's brother. The brothers, they did their scenes. That older brother, Ray, I thought he was good. He was good. I was about to call him Jordan. Cal was good. They do them, and they have been active for a while. I know Cal has. So he was good. And then we have RonReaco Lee as Jimmy, and he's a private investigator and friends with Mia. And I'm telling you, I love him. He has been good in everything that he does. I can't complain about one role that he's played. He's been in Napoli Ever After, Running Out of Time, and then the TV shows Queens as a husband, First Wives as a husband, Survivors, Remorse. He was he had clients. He was there. I forgot. Oh no, that was with the basketball player was his client. That's right. Then the Black Hamptons recently with he's played Bobby and he was a boxer. I'm like, this man is so underrated. He should really be put in a show where he is the lead because he would deserve it. And I have seen him in more shows and movies than I've seen Kelly Rowland sing in concerts with Destiny Child. I'm telling you, that man is in everything. So, anyway, next we have Shannon Thornton as Charlize. She's married to Ray, and she's BFFs with Mia. And she has been in P Valley. She's known for P Valley as, what is it, Keyshawn or Miss Mississippi, and then in Power as Queen. Then we have Angela Robinson. Sorry, Angela Robinson as Renee, the gallery curator or something like that she is. And I've seen her as Veronica in Tyler Perry's The Have and Have Nots. So as you see, he reuses his actors and he keeps them working, and I love that. Um, she's the one, you should know, she's the one that helped Zaire build up his art business, and they had had sex together and he was living with her, and she feels he left after he blew up and got big and no longer needs her, her services. So but he's feeling that she's bitter, like it was time for him to move on. There was nothing else for them. I was like, that's called using people. It kind of is. I'll be honest. I thought Angela Robinson was going to play the mother-in-law, because I could see her being that person. The attitude that she has, the way she is with folks, I could have seen her do that part. Anyway, and the last person is Carrie O'Malley, and she is the mother of Ray and Cal. Her name is Azealia Hawthorne on the show. And I didn't know their mother was a white woman. And I'm sitting there going, well, shoot, who's their daddy? Because they look like they could be mixed or black or something. So I'm wondering what happened to their father. I mean, the way this family's so crazy, they probably killed that man. Or he probably ran away from them. They are so crazy and mixed up. But anyway, she's been in the Real Husbands of Hollywood. You know that show. It was so funny with Kevin Hart. And Survivor's Remorse with RonReaco Lee. So they have worked together before, which is cool. So, as you know, Mia married into a family from hell. Her and Charlize married into the family from hell with their mama boys, And what I didn't tell y'all is that Cal is his name. Cal, Mia's husband, is unemployed due to his drug and alcohol use. And he's been lying to his family, not telling them that he lost his job. And Mia has been covering for him, And mind you, she gets there around his mother and she treats her so bad. She's so disrespectful to Mia. And this boy, and I'm calling him a boy, he stands there and lets his mama do it and doesn't say anything to her. And then we have the brother, Ray. He's the district attorney, and he is running for mayor. And he is the prosecutor on the case, prosecuting, trying to take down Zaire for the murder of this girl. And then he's using that as a platform to basically push him up into being mayor. So, you got to get that one big case and take somebody down, and then they, catapult you in there. Now, also, we supposed to know that the mother has cancer. So these boys are wimpy, supposedly be fussing, real fussy, all over their mama. I love you, ma. Ma this, ma that, And come to find out, it's all a show. But let me start off with the first thing that happened that made me go, you know what? I can't do this right now. And that was the first scene when Mia and Cal are in, what is that? Couples counseling or couples therapy. And they're talking and his phone rings. He's like, excuse me, I got to get this. It's his mama. His mommy is calling. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go. Excuse you? Your marriage is in distress. You're a freaking alcoholic druggie, and you run into your mama because it's her birthday, and he's leaving out, and he's like, sorry, I gotta go. Come on, Mia. She's like, no, you go ahead. I'm staying. You done paid for the hour. Use it up. But mommy called. He went running. I said, I can't do this. I don't do mama boys. Even the therapist was shocked. She was looking at Mia like, does he do this often? She's like, girl, please don't get me started. They needed to have Mia be a little bit more hood. Girlfriend, if I could start telling you right now, they needed to make her a little bit more hood, if you ask me. Because she ain't never stood up to her mother-in-law. And as much as you try to be respectful to your mother-in-law, there comes a time you have to set her straight. I had to do it with my mother-in-law, and I'll be honest, it didn't feel good, but it had to be said and done. So now I'm watching this movie. I'm realizing what the title is, MEA CULPA. Okay, Mia is her name. So what is the culpa all about? So I said, that must have some kind of terminology. I know it sounded like a legal term, then it sounded Latin. I wasn't sure what it is. So I had to ask Google, And I had to ask Alexa. And this is what they had to say.
On the website Merriam-Webster.com, they say, "Mea culpa," which means "through my fault" in Latin, comes from a prayer of confession in the Catholic Church. Said by itself, it's an exclamation of apology or remorse that is used to mean, "it was my fault," or "I apologize." Mea culpa is also a noun, however.
Okay, so that's what Google had to say. Now listen to Alexa. What's the meaning of mea culpa?
As an interjection, mea culpa is usually defined as "my fault," used as an acknowledgement of one's responsibility. As a noun, mea culpa is usually defined as an acknowledgement of one's responsibility for a fault or error.
So they basically are saying the same thing. Anywho, so now we know what the term means, and now we know why Tyler Perry named it that and why he gave Mia that name. I was trying to piece it together. It's everybody's fault. I'm just like, but nobody in this family was admitting any fault. I think the only one who admitted fault for anything was Mia when she said she slept with the artist, and she had planned on telling her husband, but she was feeling too guilty. And then the husband had to admit about his losing his job and drinking and stuff because of drinking and drugs. And of course the mother-in-law blames Mia for it. I just was like, I can't right now with this. It didn't make any sense. So this next part of the review, I'm calling it scenes that didn't make sense to me. And I gotta, I'm just gonna pick out scenes here and there. Y'all can add the scenes that didn't make sense to you down in the comment section, because it was totally, totally ridiculous. So like I was saying, that first scene with them in the couples counseling, and he got up and left out, that made no sense to me. That was ridiculous. I don't even know. I guess that was setting the scene to let us see why Mia's having a problem with him, because he's such a mama's boy. What else scene? Uh Zaire. He goes all the way to Mia's office because when Mia and then leaves because when Mia went to his loft, that's where he wanted to meet. She didn't want him to be out in public too much. He tried to, be all deep with her and got the music playing. Walk on by, dun, 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 walk on by. And I was sitting there going, Mia should have paid attention to the words of that song and walked her behind on by, because she was walking the wrong way. She walked towards him and got herself into the ish load of problems. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, she ignored the message. Walk on by. She tried to act like she was professional and strong, and she's sitting down asking him questions. There's all of this evidence against him. It's supposed to be blood that was dripping down into his neighbor's apartment. It would have been just about here. So where's all this blood that was supposed to have been dripping? Where did it go? There was fragments of brain fragments of hers in the artwork, one of his artwork pieces. This girl that's supposed to be missing. What was her name? Heidi, that's who supposedly that's the girl he supposedly killed, and he met her in Mexico and they had a wonderful relationship and they spent like 10 days together or something like that, and all of a sudden now she's missing and he didn't know what happened, and supposedly they're saying he killed her, but it was the DA who set him up. It was all this cloak and dagger and hidden, like they said, hidden secrets and everything. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So for once he started doing that, and he's telling her to sit down and being forceful with Mia, and telling her to, he could tell that something was off with her, and she kind of admitted that she and her husband was having problems after she told him, look, my personal life has nothing to do with you. We're here for you, blah 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 blah. And mind you, a friend of his and a friend of hers asked her to help him and be his attorney. And she thought it was going to be a conflict of interest, which because her brother-in-law is the prosecutor. So they end up having to meet in front of a judge who determined whether or not the prosecutor, DA Ray, should recuse himself. And he didn't plan on doing it. And so he said, the judge said he's going to allow it, but if anything goes astray, he's going to end it right then and there, you know. So, but the family, the thing is, Mia didn't want to take the case. She wasn't thinking about taking the case, but because the family, the husband going to tell her, she can't take it. You not taking that case because my brother is the defense attorney. And then, I mean, the prosecutor. And then when the girlfriend, her girlfriend, her BFF, who's married to the prosecutor, she slipped and told some information to him, and now they all meeting at the house. All of a sudden they want to have a family dinner with Ray, Cal, and their mama, who's telling Mia she can't take the case. And see, Mia wasn't even thinking about, she was just thinking about it. She wasn't planning on taking it, but after they pushed her like that and said she can't, she like, hold up, we gonna do this. And she's telling her husband, you know, we need this money and stuff. But she told him that in private because his family don't know he don't have any money. And they telling her, oh, she bought all of this for you. You know, my son does this for you and does that. She don't even know her son ain't doing jack, that Mia's holding it down. Not even that. Let's go back to that birthday party. The birthday party, when he left the therapy session to go to his mama's birthday party, when Mia showed up, the mother had invited her son's ex-girlfriend and then going to say, tell her to sit next to her and Cal, yeah. And Mia, you can sit down there with your friends over there, talking about her other daughter-in-law, Charlize. I said, what the heck? The two girls, y'all both picked the same family, and they both going through the same treacherous problems with the mother-in-law just about, you know? It was sickening. So the mother-in-law, they giving her birthday gifts. First of all, the mother-in-law told Mia she wished that the other one, Cal had married the other girl, and the other girl is white. Let's just put that out there. She's white. So then, come to find out, he gets her mother gift. Here, Ma, open my gift. Oh my God, it's a Rolex. Where you get money for a Rolex if you're not working? Mia saw that and was steaming mad. And when they got in the car, was driving home, she's like, how'd you get that Rolex? Oh, I sold the piano. You sold my piano? He said, well, you wasn't using it. It was collecting dust. Okay, mama's boy. So this is what she's going through. I wouldn't be surprised he sold it for drugs. You know what I mean? So this is what she was going through. And that made no sense. So back to Zaire going all the way to her job and saying that it's too cold here. It's too impersonal. It's too this, you know. And he's going to, he's like, I'm going back to my loft. If you want to help me, you got to meet me there. I would have said, you know what? You're not getting met there, because Mia knew that she needed to meet him there because she was feeling drawn into him some type of way. And I was like, this makes no sense. So then we have Zaire. He wants a new lawyer because Mia won't say she's attracted to him. And I'm sitting there going, this fool is so relaxed and laid back about this whole thing. It's not true. He's just chilling. He's painting. He's smoking weed. He's acting like, you know, I just don't get it. He was too laid back and relaxed. And when Jimmy came there to talk to him with Mia, Jimmy's like, why are you smiling so much? You're smiling like, what is up? He was like, he got to be a psychopath or something. You know, Jimmy thought he did it and that he was lying. You know, but he went to Mexico to find out if anything he could about this girl, and he couldn't find out nothing about her, you know. And the issue is, it's because she wasn't from Mexico. She was from Dominican Republic. But the girl was hired and to set up, I guess, Zaire. That's what it was. This girl was hired to set up Zaire, is what we learned. But back to Zaire. You stupid, okay? If you didn't do it, you more concerned about her saying that she's attracted to you than that. And so now you don't want her to be your lawyer? Dumb. Then we have Mia. She's finding out from Jimmy. He sends her a picture and it looks like her husband's at a hotel room with some female and he's cheating on her. So what does Mia do? She goes back to Zaire's house And he's in the middle of, she just left there and he had this girl, his neighbor, sucking his penis. And then when she got back there, they were having straight on sex. She was on top of riding him. And when she saw Mia, she just got off and left and went back home. And then Mia starts kissing him. I'm sitting there going, that makes no sense. Somebody tell me down in the comment section what sense that made, because it made no sense. He never washed his behind. He never did nothing, and she's kissing him. His mouth could have been all over that girl's coochie wawa. You know what I'm saying? So then they put on jeans. She's like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. Then they put on jackets and they ride somewhere and they in this new other loft or something. And he lays down this blanket and they get undressed and start pouring paint on all over each other and having sex. And I'm like, somebody tell me what happens when you get paint up in your vagina? Is that harmful to get paint up in your vagina? I didn't ask Google. I don't know if it's a possibility that it's an issue, but I wouldn't want to be doing that. And how did they get Rowland all that paint in her hair and get none in it? Her hair was not messed up. There was no paint in her hair that I saw of. But maybe after she took that bath, they got it out. Yeah, she took the bath after that. She should have had him bathe before that. What else happened? Oh, but the fact that he had sex, she went back to have sex with him without proof. You saw a picture. I don't know about y'all sisters, but me, if the PI is telling me my husband is at the Sheraton in room 714, you better believe Barbie J is rolling up to the Sheraton and knocking on the door in room 714. But no, she goes back and have sex with that man, which means that's all you wanted to do. You're not getting even with nobody because you having sex with him. You just wanted to do it. Point blank, period. Another scene that didn't make sense. When Mia had to recuse herself from the case because of inappropriate behavior with her client, she goes to DR. She's in DR. She ends up seeing the girl who's supposedly be dead. What's her name? Heidi. She sees her and she gives chase. She said, yes, Heidi. And the lady sees her and starts running and she gets away from her some kind of way, spraying some cleaner in her face. And Mia dropped her phone and the lady grabbed her phone and ran. So Mia, instead of calling, I don't know, maybe Jimmy first or something and finding out first, or a judge or somebody trustworthy, she calls the prosecutor, which is her brother-in-law, to tell him what's going on. I said, what the hootie and the blowfish stupidness is this? It makes no sense. He would be the last one I call. And meanwhile, she got thrown out of the house by the mother. They all told her to get out. And, because she slept with that artist. They found out what it was all about. And then the brother had to end up explaining that he lost his job. The sister-in-law runs out there and hugs her, her BFF. But they threw her out of the house. So you go to DR to get away from that. And then when they say, oh, you saw her really? Well, come back here. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Why all of a sudden they being nice to you? Why all of a sudden they being nice to you? Stevie Wonder could see something was wrong there. I'm sorry. And she goes back there. I don't know why she goes back there. And she goes back there. And these fools try to kill her. All of a sudden, the mother's being nice and help me over to the table, baby, and help me in the kitchen. And when Mia grabs the knife to help, oh, you don't need that. And the mother-in-law gives the knife to the BFF Charlize and tells her to kill Mia. I said, what? This ain't making no sense. If y'all don't like Mia, why don't y'all kill her yourself? How y'all gonna make her friend do it? It made no sense. And not even that. Before all of that happened, Mia gets a call from Jimmy. Jimmy said he wanted to make it up to her because he screwed up with thinking that her husband was cheating on her. And he sends her information. The mother-in-law doesn't even have cancer. She's been lying the whole time. She has been lying the whole time. Not even that. When she walks back to where they are standing, she sees a door open, with a red light in there. And there's artwork in there. And there's a picture, and then when you peel it back, like she did the paintings, you know, the artist, when he have sex with the woman, he would put a picture of that woman up on, he would paint her and then put it up over the bed, so when she wake up she see herself. She sees one of Zaire's artworks in a closet, and I don't know why there's a red light. When she pulls the first picture back, it's a picture of her BFF, her sister-in-law. She slept with him too. I said, what is going on? Y'all slept with the same man and got the same busted in-law, mother-in-law. Oh my God. And these husbands. And it seems to me, I think that Charlize was getting beat by her husband. I think that's why she was very more obedient. I don't know if she worked or not, but I get abuse from their relationship, the way her husband would look and stare at times. So that's when when Mia goes back in there and said, "You don't even have cancer and stuff." And he's like, "What, Ma? You don't have cancer?" And they full of it. And she said, "Tell her why." And then you find out that they made it up so they could get sympathy votes, so he could be mayor. For sympathy votes, you lying about cancer, people killing themselves, you know, trying to live. They doing every kind of chemo and stuff. I had cancer. That's not nothing to tease about and say that you got. It is. And I took offense to that. I really did. Playing around with health like that. So that's when they wanted the girl to kill her. They wanted to get her. She tried to run out the house, and they had the door locked, and the what is it, the BFF, I'm calling it the BFF, Charlize, she was like, "I can't do it, I can't kill her." And she tried to kill her husband, and he grabbed her arm and slapped her to the floor, and she got up some kind of way after Mia ran to the door, and she threw the keys to Mia, and the mother-in-law came up and stabbed her. The mother stabbed her daughter-in-law. I was like, oh my God, who got all these keys and locks to get out the house? Mia, you gonna go back there? I thought that was dumb that Mia went back there. So that's all I'm saying. And all of this became even more chaotic at the end. Even though it was exciting and a lot of stuff was happening, it was stupid too. She jumps in a car with the keys to take his truck and don't lock the door. Who the hell jumps in the car and don't lock the door? So of course he opened the door and trying to pull her out. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it, y'all. So, but like I said, I'm telling the things that don't make sense. It's not making sense. So it was typical Tyler Perry, y'all. So I couldn't get into it like that. I'm sorry. Oh, and one last thing. Mia's husband knew about it as well. He knew his mother was full of it and wasn't really dying of cancer. So that means they both were pieces of ish. Both brothers, piece of ish. I'm sorry. I keep saying sorry, but I ain't sorry. Long story short, Mia Mia survived. Everybody else just about died, sister-in-law, except for the mayor. I mean, the one that was running for mayor, Ray. He didn't die. And I'm like, the mother-in-law should be being held accountable for killing the daughter-in-law, unless she died after Mia crashed into that tree and she went flying. You know, so it's a lot of things that happen. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all thought about this movie. But there was so many scenes that didn't make sense. And I'm asking y'all to put your favorite don't make sense scene down in the comment section, because it was crazy. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. That's what I'm going to give it, a 5 out of 10. Only because I support Tyler Perry, and that because he keeps these people working. He getting 5 points for keeping the people working in a dumb movie. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. And for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment right now and hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all, and it let you know every time I upload any new content to this channel. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment, and share, because sharing is caring. And I will see you all in the next video or next review. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.